Hi, everybody, and welcome back to my channel. In this episode, I'm going to be discussing why tomorrow never happens. So, are you in a season right now where you're not happy, where you don't like what you see? I feel like a lot of times we get into these situations at the end of the year and beginning of the new year where we've kind of let ourselves go. And not intentionally, but we do it because, well, one, we're either comfortable, two, we feel like we've already messed up, so we're going to put it off. This is a lot of reasons why we start on Mondays or we have New Year's resolutions. And I want to bring that to your attention. I want us to get out of the mind frame of, well, I'll start tomorrow. I'll start on Monday. I'll start at the beginning of the year. I've already messed up this time. I've already done this wrong. And I want us to start adapting the mind frame of right now, doing it right now, even when we feel like we've already messed up. The reason why I feel like this is so important is because when we get into a season of procrastination, a lot of times tomorrow never shows up. It never happens. We'll continuously say that we're going to do something, and then we put it off or we don't do it. We get into the season of where we are working for other people and we're doing for others. And by the end of the day, you're tired and you don't really want to focus on something that goes against the grain of being comfortable. Well, what winds up happening is we come to a place where we become resentful. We become bitter because we're actually not taking care of ourselves or our needs. And eventually what winds up happening is when you start doing that and you're putting yourself on the back burner, you start becoming bitter and resentful to the people around you. You get to a place where you're spreading yourself a little too thin. And because of that, you're not really accomplishing things that you want to accomplish. Well, that's the reason why we're doing this video now, because I want to bring it to your attention that you have to start right now. There is no tomorrow. You do not get to start tomorrow. Because if you get in a habit of saying that you're going to do something often, and more than likely, you're not going to do it. How many times have you started and never actually start? Well, that's a lot of my problems and the reasons why I had got to a place where I was over 300 pounds. When I was an alcoholic, I used to say, I'm going to quit. I'm going to do this. I'm going to do that. Ultimately, it took a very long time. And nothing can ever happen or change until you legitimately want it to. I had to quit talking and I had to apply action to my wants. My wants had to become greater than my addictions or even my desires. My needs had to become met before my wants. And when I started doing that and changing my mind frame, then I started realizing that the longer you put something off, one, the more damage you're doing to yourself. Two, the more you're not getting accomplished. And three, the longer it takes to get whatever it is that you want done. I don't want us to get into the habit of saying that we're going to start tomorrow because, as I said before, tomorrow never comes. We cannot get to a place where we want to achieve things if we keep having the mindset of, well, I've already done this and I've already done that, and this is not going to happen because of this. Stop making excuses. People make time for what's important to them. If it's important to you, you're going to find a way. And if it's not, you will find an excuse. And that is the reality of your situation. You are where you're at right now because of your decisions, your thought patterns, what you believe and what you tell yourself. That is the reality that you're sitting in right now. And you have the opportunity to change that. And so I want to encourage you to use that mind frame to change that. Doesn't matter if you've had a bad day today. Doesn't matter if you've eaten bad today. Start right now, right where you're at. Start holding yourself accountable. Start putting your needs first and not your wants. Put your wants on the back burner for once and put your needs first. When you start accomplishing what you want to accomplish and putting yourself first, there's a few things that change in your life. One, you start feeling better about yourself. Two, your clothes start to fit better. So you have a little bit more confidence. You become more alive. You're not as bitter. 3, you feel much more accomplished because you're actually taking care of you first and not everybody else. How many times have you gotten into a situation where you work your butt off for a company or friends or family, and then you come home and you're tired? And instead of doing what you need to do, as far as like, let's say exercise or working on your business or whatever it is that you want to achieve, you lay on the couch, you're watching TikTok, you're on social media, you're watching movies. How many times do we do that? Because we're tired, we're exhausted. I want us to get out of the mind frame of that. Take in consideration this right here, right? There's 24 hours in a day. And if you're only working 8 hours of those days, of that day, for a company or whoever, you still have 16 more hours to accomplish whatever it is that you need to accomplish. Let's say you sleep 8 hours, okay? That's 16 hours, right? 8 hours for work, 8 hours for sleep. So that leaves you with an additional 8 hours to do whatever you need to get accomplished. On top of sleep, on top of work, you still have those additional hours that you can take care of yourself. Now, I know for some people, it's easier to accomplish what you need to do in the morning times before you ever start your job or before you ever start your day. And I'm not going to lie, whenever I work out in the mornings, I do feel amazing. I feel great. For me, however, given the job that I have right now, I get to exercise while I'm at work. So for me, and because 5 o'clock traffic is so bad, I actually enjoy working out after work. Now, I'm not going to lie. It takes a little bit of initiative, a little bit of motivation that you have to do for yourself. And I'm not going to lie, I was tired. Going in there the very first day into the gym to work out, I was already tired. But I told myself that if I can sit there and exhaust myself for 8 hours for anybody else, I can at least exhaust myself for an hour and a half for myself. And I started taking care of that, and I started doing that. I'm not going to lie to you guys. I am sore right now. I am hurting. Putting on this shirt hurt. And a lot of that is because, it's been a while since I've actually pushed myself as hard as I've been pushing myself in this last week. However, I wanted to get myself to a place, and there's goals that I want to achieve that I haven't yet achieved. I want to get to a place where I can walk around with my shirt off, where I feel much better about myself. And these are just personal goals. And in order for me to do that, it's going to require work. It's going to require discipline. Discipline is extremely important. And this is why I say procrastination is the opposite of discipline. It is discipline's enemy. In order for you to achieve what you need to achieve, you're going to have discipline to get started. And you're going to have consistency if you're ever going to finish. And these are two things that I want you to keep in consideration, that I want you to start adopting for yourself. If right now, where you're sitting at, if you're not happy, get up and start making essential changes so that way you can feel better about yourself and better about your situation and the things that are going on around you. If you want to change your reality, you have to change your thought process, what you're telling yourself. You have to come to a place where you start taking the initiative, no matter if you messed up. We're human. That's what humans do. They mess up. But we cannot sit around and continuously mess up because we've messed up. And I feel like we get into a season where we allow ourselves even more mistakes because of mistakes. And if you continue doing the same thing that you've been doing, you're going to continue getting the same results that you've been getting. With that being said, I hope that this video has found you. I hope that this video helps. And if it has, leave a comment in the comment section. That being said, I hope you guys have a beautiful and blessed day. Bye.